Hi students, today we are going to be writing our reason to paragraph. But before we can do that, we're going to review our plan so that way we can refresh our minds as an author about what we are writing about. We haven't looked at this writing piece in a while, so we always want to reread our plan and reread our essay that we already, our rough draft that we've already started writing before we actually start writing today. So our plan, do you love to be around animals all the time? Do you enjoy being faced with a problem and having to investigate or do research to find a solution? These are two things that I love to do. That's why when I grew up, I wanted to become a veterinarian. So we had reason 1, save animals' lives. Example 1, surgeries, broken leg. Example 2, run tests to investigate why an animal is sick. Reason 2, able to travel and get out of the office, clinic. Example 1, go to clients' homes to help their animals. 2, travel to conferences to learn new techniques for surgeries or running tests. In conclusion, I cannot wait to become a veterinarian when I grow up. Being able to save animals and help their owners is something that I will greatly enjoy. That time can't come fast enough. Okay, so I read over my plan. Now I'm going to see what my writing sounded like. Do you love to be around animals all the time? That's my introduction. I copied it over. That's why when I grew up, I want to become a veterinarian. So we have, first of all, we used one of our transitions. First of all, as a vet, I will be able to save animals' lives. Animals are constantly needing surgeries done for a variety of reasons. I was going to write for example here. I'm going to go back and I'm going to leave that. That's why as an author I just like to cross things out so that way I can see what I was going to write, and if I like it I can put it back in there. So I'm going to put here for example, comma, and make this lowercase. For example, a dog may come in mangled with broken bones due to being hit by a car. That dog will need immediate surgery. Dr. Williams to the rescue. I want to be able to save those animals from dying. I could also perform life-saving procedures to remove tumors. While I'm doing this, I also want to check to make sure that I followed my plan. So on here, let's see, are constantly needing surgeries done for a variety of reasons. So I talk about surgeries, but let me see if I find this running tests. I want to help save those animals from dying. I could also perform life-saving procedures to remove tumors. Tumors isn't on my plan. So what I'm noticing is that I did not include the running test to investigate why an animal is sick. So what I need to do is I need to make sure that everything I have written down here makes sense, and maybe I can adjust my plan. So sometimes as writers we start writing because we have an idea and we forget to go back and look at our plan, and that's what I did. So that's why it's important that we want to make sure we're following our plan when we're writing, so that way we don't have to go back and double check to make sure it makes sense, because our plan is guiding us to let us know that we've already done this work and that the plan makes sense, so the essay should make sense. But now we have to readjust a little bit. So let's see, we're removing tumors, breaking legs. All of this is talking about surgeries, because here's a surgery, here's a procedure. So what we can do is save animals' lives by performing surgeries, and that's my reason. Example 1 we're going to say is the broken leg, and example 2 is going to say remove tumors. Okay, so I'm making sure my plan makes sense, that goes with my essay. So I just did a little bit of editing there, editing and revising. I could also perform life-saving procedures to remove tumors. When I was in college, I volunteered at a local vet clinic. One of the clients brought in a dog that had a volleyball-sized tumor near its stomach that needed to be removed. The vet was able to remove the tumor and the animal lived. It was a great feeling being able to save the family pet. I can't wait to save the lives of many animals during my career as a vet. Okay, so that was my introduction and reason 1. Now I'm going to start writing my reason 2 paragraph. So before I start doing that, I need to look at my transitions, and I'm going to look and see which one I want to use. I'm going to use furthermore. Furthermore is one that I like to use. And it gets a comma. So now, it says able to travel and get out of the office clinic. So I'm going to put that into a complete sentence. Furthermore, I'll be able to travel to many different places and get out of I'm spelling it wrong. Office from time to time. Get out of the office. I'm just going to say at times. Furthermore, I'll be able to travel to many different places and get out of the office. I don't like how that sounds. Furthermore, I'll be able to travel to many different places and get out of the office. I'm going to leave it and see if I can maybe think of something later from time to time, because I can always come back and change it as I read over it later or read over it tomorrow when I'm going to start revising and editing. Or my final revisions and final edits, because we also revise and edit while we're going. So I'm going to leave that alone. Now I'm going to go back to my plan. I'm going to check it off that I've included that into my essay. So now we're at example 1. Go to clients' homes to help their animals. And I'm going to make sure I keep my plan very close beside me this time, so that way I remember what I'm writing about. Go to clients' homes to help their animals. See, I'll be able to travel. Furthermore, I'll be able to travel to many different places to get out of office from time to time. I'm going to put in a little example again about when I was volunteering. When I was volunteering at the vet clinic, Dr. Wagner would have to go to clients' homes. And I'm putting this apostrophe after the S because clients is plural. I have many clients, many people, and they own the home. So that apostrophe shows ownership for the home. Clients' homes frequently. Sometimes people were not, because I want to put in here why he had to go. So sometimes people were not able to bring their animal to the clinic. And why weren't the animals to the clinic? Usually he would go to help like those who were older and they couldn't drive, or because they didn't want to drive in weather, or if there was bad weather and their animal was really sick, so they didn't want to drive when it was raining. So that was sometimes the reason why he would go, just helping them out so that way they could keep their animal at home, or they could keep themselves safe from driving in the rain, or because the animal was so severely ill and they couldn't transport it to the clinic. without it, you know, messing up their car. Sometimes people were not able to bring their animals to the clinic. So we'll say due to weather conditions, or because the animal was so severely ill. Now I need to connect this to me. I know the same issues will arise when I am a vet. When I am vet. And I know it looks like a lot, but remember, I don't have a lot of space here. My handwriting is big, and I would rather write more on my rough draft and take it out later on if I have too much information. But I want to make sure that I have a lot in here that I can work with it when I'm revising and editing, so that way it'll sound better and I can make more connections with it in my writing. Traveling around my community and helping animals in any way I can will be an awesome adventure. I'm going to make it a little funny down here. I just hope that it doesn't happen while I'm getting my beauty sleep. I don't want to have to wake up in the middle of the night, but I know what's going to happen. My beauty sleep, at least not too often. And one thing that we need to pay attention to while we're writing is that we are also paying attention to simple sentence structure. And in a simple sentence, if I have a subject, my who, and my action is my start of my predicate, it's my verb. And so while I'm doing this, I know the same issues will arise when I am a vet. So who, I, what, know the same issues will arise when I'm a vet. But sometimes, maybe on an assignment I'm given, there's going to be some mistakes that are in my writing and or in the writing piece that I'm going to have to correct. So if there was a comma here, I would have to ask myself, does that comma make sense? So we put commas in pieces of writing to do, like for transitions up here. I use commas to combine sentences or to make lists. So I need to ask myself, what's the purpose of that comma? I know the same issues will arise when, well, when what? Because if I put that comma here, I'm breaking up that sentence. So this comma does not make sense here. Well, what if there was a period? That also means that a thought has stopped. I am a vet. Is that a complete sentence? Yes. Who, I, what, am a vet. But I also need to check the sentence before it. I know the same issues will arise when, again, well, when what? So I cannot have that period there because the first sentence is not a complete sentence. All right, so let's go back to my example. I've done example 1. Now I'm going to do example 2. This is what I should have done last time, but I did not. So we're going to travel to conferences to learn new techniques for surgeries or running tests. So now we're going to say, I'm just going to say I'm also. I could also. I'll also be able to. I will also be able to attend conferences attend conferences to learn about new types of technology that is being used to diagnose and treat animals. Let me read that, make sure it makes sense. I will also be able to attend conferences to learn about new types of technology that is being used to diagnose and treat animals. These conferences could be in different cities or state. What do I say? In different states. I love to travel, so this will allow me to I'm going to say pursue that interest while also doing a job I love. Okay, so that is for that reason, or that example. And I know that one's kind of small compared to what I have up here, but I have a lot of information here, so that's why I kind of only wrote a few sentences for that second example. So now I'm going to stop, read it all over the entire paragraph to make sure that it makes sense. Furthermore, I'll be able to travel to many different places and get out of the office. Was that on my plan? Yes, checked it off. And get out of the office from time to time. When I was volunteering at the vet clinic, Dr. Wagner would have to go to clients' homes. Go to clients' homes, it's on the plan. Go to clients' home frequently. Sometimes people were not able to bring their animals to the clinic due to the weather conditions or because the animal was so severely ill. I know the same issues will arise when I am a vet. Traveling around my community and helping animals in any way I can will be an awesome adventure. I just hope that it doesn't happen while I'm getting my beauty sleep. At least not too often. I will also be able to attend conferences. So attend conferences. Check it off. I will also be able to attend conferences to learn about new types of technology that is being used to diagnose and treat animals. These conferences could be in different states. I love to travel, so this will allow me to pursue that interest while also doing a job I love. And I'm going to talk about that last sentence there because I used comma so. And that's what we use when we're doing, remember, a compound sentence. I'm using a conjunction, so to give a reason, and so I'm going to need to include a comma because I have a compound sentence. So I have a simple sentence on one side, a simple sentence on the other. I combine them with a comma and so. So let's check to see. I is my who, what, love to travel. Who, this is, this will allow me to do what? Me to, well, pursue is my verb. Pursue that interest. This will allow me to, what, to pursue that interest will also, oh no, we need while also doing a job I love. So I have two complete sentences. That's why I have to have my comma so. So make sure you're checking for simple sentences and also for complete compound sentences when you're reading over your expository essay, and also checking for spelling and grammar to edit and revise while you're reading over it.